it's Holly
and Heather,
and we're back. Part 2.
Hopefully,
yes. We just lost our connection.
Don't know what happened.
In mid-recipe.
Don't know what happened.
I'm glad that I wasn't like boiling something on the stove or whatever. Yeah. But anywho, let us know if we are back on your Facebook or your YouTube. Let us know. Y'all know how this technology is. It gets on my nerves, but we'll see.
Now it looks a little sketchy like that other week.
Oh, good.
Oh, no. What is up?
Are we looking sketchy?
Yeah, it looks... What is up with the internet today?
I'll tell you, I don't know. It's probably all the storms.
I was going to say, it's just got to be all the storms and all the
yeah. Who knows?
See, Barbara says we're back. Amazing. How does the picture look? I feel like it's very...
Do we look weird?
Grainy. Penny says we're back. Oh, that's weird. Sarah says it was still working on YouTube, but Facebook froze.
Not cool.
Huh. Summer says we're back, but it is blurry. Penny says it's fuzzy also. Laura says it's blurry.
Well, let's see. Maybe it'll clear up here in a minute, guys.
I don't know. Should we start it again? Well, because I feel like that other week when we did that video, you remember it like never cleared up.
You know,
it drove me crazy when I went back and watched it, and I was like, why is it so?
It doesn't look bad on your phone, does it? On your phone?
Yeah.
It does look a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think it'll clear up.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. It didn't that one week. It just kept on and it got worse and worse.
Well, you never know. Because I feel like if we restarted, it's just going to be weird again.
All right.
I think that just, it is what it is. So, guys, we're just going to power through. We're going to power through and hope that it clears up.
Maybe if we like move it around a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm like, is the hello? I'm like, is the like
maybe it's
particular area is bad? Usually when we're down here in our kitchen, it does fine.
I know, that's weird. So y'all know how it is. Anyway, we're going to do a recap.
Yes.
For those that are probably just joining, or maybe those replay people that are like, why is there a part 2? We are making, in honor of Memorial Day and Elvis's service, a dessert from the 1960s. It's not the #1 dessert, but it is a very popular dessert called Cool Strawberry Cream. Like I say, I halved my recipe. I made half of it this morning because you got to put it in a loaf pan and freeze it overnight. It's supposed to be overnight. The one I have in the freezer, it's only been in there a couple of hours, so we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see. You're supposed to slice it and it be in like nice, lovely slices. We may have to scoop it out with an ice cream scooper, and that's okay. That's okay. But we're doing the other half so you guys can see it. So it's very, very easy. To recap, all we did was we had a block of cream cheese. You're supposed to use 2 for the full recipe. 2 blocks of cream cheese, a ½ cup of sour cream, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We just blended it with our little trusty hand mixer. And then now we have cut up and mashed some strawberries. 3 cups is what the recipe calls for. We're going to fold that and a cup of whipped cream, Cool Whip, into this. And you want to just fold that in so it doesn't it keeps it light and airy. Now, question for my cooks out there. The recipe called for 1 cup of Cool Whip, which doesn't sound like a lot to me, but then I was looking on my Cool Whip container, and this whole container is 8 ounces, which is technically a cup. But I'm like, does that mean you put the whole container in, or do you literally just get your 1 cupper out and measure out a cup and dump it in? Let me know your thoughts, because here's what I did. I'm just using the whole container. I used half of it for the first half of my recipe, and I'm going to use the other half for this one, because I feel like you can never have too much Cool Whip. Am I right? But yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments, do you measure your Cool Whip out by this 8-ounce container? Do you consider this a cup? Or do you put it in like the traditional cup? Let me know. So anyway, we're going to fold all this in. So I think I'm going to do my strawberries first. I'm going to dump those in. Is anybody else cooking while we're cooking today?
Cook along.
You know, that's what I should do is like we should have a cook along where I tell y'all what we're gonna make, and everybody go out and get their ingredients, and we make it together. That'd be cute. All right, so I barely just folded these in. Okay, these strawberries. I'm gonna add all this whipped cream, y'all. It's a half of the tub, and you know what? I'm going for it. I mean, might as well. Might as well. All right, so I'm gonna fold that in. This is looking very 60s already. You know, something about a Cool Whip dessert reminds me of the 60s. All right. This looks really good, and it's getting a really cute pink color. I'm kind of trying to keep it white a little bit for my red, white, blue theme, but we'll see. All right, so I just barely folded that in. So this is what it looks like, you guys. It looks pretty good right now.
Delicious.
I think we could eat it right now. But then the final step, and see how easy this is? Like, you literally just mixed all this together. The final step is I'm going to open up my foil. Now, I don't know about this foil. I tried to put it in as neatly as I could, but you know how foil gets crinkly? So I'm wondering if that's going to make like the outside of my loaf look ugly. I don't know. Maybe that's why you get the syrup and put on it. So it's not quite as ugly. I don't know. All right. So, tin foiled up my loaf pan. I hope I'm not supposed to put in it. If you look on your text and make sure it doesn't say like the loaf pan to it just says foil. But I'm like, should I spray some cooking spray in
Line
this?
a 9x5 loaf pan with a double thickness of foil in a large bowl.
Okay, never
Heat
mind.
the cream, the cheese, the sugar, all that.
All right, never mind then. I'm not going to.
Pour it into a prepared pan. Nope.
All
Doesn't say
right,
anything.
we're doing it. So
Doesn't say
then
anything.
I'm just gonna like lump it in here, y'all, and flatten out the top. So we're gonna make this. Made a lot. I'll tell you, this loaf is big because just this half of the recipe is quite a bit. This makes a nice size loaf if you've got a big gathering and it's not very many ingredients.
Well,
So.
Jane says she would have sprayed it, so it comes out easily.
Oh, great!
Da, 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 da.
I should have asked ahead of time. I just went ahead and dumped it. All right, so I'm gonna smush it in here. All right, looking good so far. It looks like the pictures I saw on the internet, so we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be good. Even if it's ugly, it'll still taste good. That's all that matters, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So this is what it's looking like, y'all, in my loaf pan. So you just pop this in the freezer overnight, it says, or at least I think 6 hours. So let me pop this in. And while it's freezing, we're gonna make our sauce. Now we're gonna make, it's almost like a blueberry, strawberry simple syrup, if you know what I mean. Because it's literally just water, sugar, and blueberries. So, but I'm adding in some strawberries just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. So let me cut up a few strawberries in this bad boy. This is gonna be so good. I love any kind of simple syrup topping. This would be good on ice cream too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it though? Okay, so I'm gonna put those in there. Let me add just like maybe another one. Just for the fun of it. Okay, so we're gonna boil this. So I've put 12 ounces of fruit. We've got a 1/3 cup of sugar. Dump that in there. And we've got a 1/4 cup of water. Dump that in there. And I'm gonna go boil this on the stove for a couple minutes. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So, again, thanks everybody for joining us. Just want to say happy Memorial Day to everybody. And thank you for those of you that have served, are serving, will be serving. We can't thank you enough. God bless you for your service and what you do for each and every one of us every single day to keep us safe and keep our freedom. So we appreciate it. Yeah, cheers to you. Thank you so much. You know, not a lot of stuff again this week going on in the Elvis world, but a few little like cool things that I thought I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
First and foremost, yesterday was Priscilla's 80th birthday.
Whoa.
Can you believe that Priscilla Presley is 80 years old?
Wow.
I know,
That's
crazy. So happy 80th birthday to Priscilla. And then also, how excited are you guys about the new release or re-release, updated version, I guess, of the Lilo and Stitch movie?
So cute.
That
I've been
just
seeing
came out.
Little clips. That is
I
adorable.
know. Now I'm going to be honest. So the original Lilo and Stitch movie came out in 2002. I've never seen it. I know. I don't know why. But I've never seen it. I don't know if I'll have a chance to see this new version or the re-release or whatever, but I'm going to try. But we all know about Lilo and Stitch because of the whole Elvis reference and everything, which I think is so cool. And I kind of was doing a little bit of reading and research this week about it. And kind of how it came about and everything, which I thought was very interesting. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there is an animated Disney movie called Lilo and Stitch that came out in 2002. And basically, I think the plot is about this little girl named Lilo. And she's a little lonely Hawaiian girl. And she, I think, has like, you know, some crazy stuff with her family. And so she's just kind of a little bit of like a outcast, lonely little girl. And she goes to what she thinks is a dog pound. And she gets a dog. So she has a little companion. Well, it turns out that it's not a dog that she picks out, but it is an extraterrestrial alien that was created to wreak havoc and that has been dropped on Earth. And so she adopts him thinking he's a dog and names him Stitch.
Cute.
And so Lilo and Stitch become best friends and stuff. And so it's this whole story about how it's kind of, you know, Stitch ends up not being as mean and havoc wreaking as he's supposed to be. And he kind of really helps to bring Lilo and her family back together.
Aww.
So it's kind of about like love and family and finding commonality and bonds and everything. But the whole Elvis reference is during the movie, I'm sure we've all heard the little like tagline where Lilo is talking to Stitch and she's like, want to listen to the King? You look like an Elvis fan. And so she has a little record player and she plays Elvis songs, and she even has a little picture of Elvis in his Hawaiian shirt from Blue Hawaii, and they show the picture in the movie and stuff. And then there's a whole bunch of Elvis songs on the soundtrack. Like most of the soundtrack is Elvis songs. It's like Devil in Disguise, Suspicious Minds, Stuck on You, I think Hound Dog. So all these great Elvis songs. And so when I was researching it, the two guys that are like the director and producer and everything, they were saying that basically when they came up with the idea, you know, to do the movie and, you know, thinking about Lilo and her being like, you know, kind of a little lonely girl, they wanted her to kind of be unique and different and have interesting interests and things. So they thought, how cool would it be if she was like in love with Elvis, like loved Elvis and loved his music and everything. And then they kind of wanted to also bring Elvis and his music.
Were they Elvis fans?
I guess they'd have to be. Yeah, they kind of wanted to bring Elvis and his music to like a whole younger, you know, new generation and stuff. And they said that they always kind of thought, you know, that Elvis had such a great connection to Hawaii.
Yes.
You know, because he performed there many times, you know, or he did the movies, you know, the Hawaii movies. He did the Aloha from Hawaii special, you know, so he had all these great connections and love for Hawaii, and they thought that it kind of fit. And in the movie, apparently Lilo, Elvis is like her idol. And and she thinks he's like a great like human being and like mentor and everything. So I don't know, it's just a really cute like story and everything. And it was really cool when they did it in 2002 because that was the 25th anniversary of Elvis's passing.
Oh wow.
And so when they released the movie, Graceland did this big kind of like luau thing at Graceland and invited all these people and did this whole big publicity thing around the Lilo and Stitch release because it was celebrating 25 years after Elvis's passing and then this movie. And so now I'm super excited about them bringing this movie back because once again, you know, what it did back in 2002, because I'm sure a lot of you, you know, like when I talk to a lot of like younger people today, they always say like the first time I ever heard Elvis and knew of Elvis was from watching Lilo and Stitch.
That's so fun.
And so now they're bringing it back here in 2025. And what is that going to do? It's going to bring a whole new audience and a whole new generation of young Elvis fans to Elvis. that get to like experience his music and Elvis. So I think that's so cool.
That
So I'm so
is.
excited about it.
Well, I'm glad you know, because I've never seen the movie either. I've only just seen the clips from it, but I didn't know that it was like a whole soundtrack of Elvis.
Yeah.
So now that makes total sense of why a bunch of young kids love Elvis now, which they're not young kids now.
Right.
They're in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all. Back here in the land of the cooking, I have boiled my simple syrup here for 3 minutes, and then you're going to take it off the oven and let it cool. This looks so good too. Let me see if I can show you guys without spilling or burning it. Yummy. All right, so I'm gonna let it cool off, and then you got to puree it. So,
And the Lilo and Stitch ties to your whole cooking thing today. Well, because like the director said that, you know, again, they wanted to pay homage to Elvis and his love and history with Hawaii.
yeah.
Because it says, you know, he made the 3 movies, Hawaii Paradise, Hawaiian Style, Girls, 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 and Blue Hawaii. And then he performed 2 major concerts in the Aloha State as well. The USS Arizona Benefit in 1961, which is what you were just talking about. And then the Aloha from Hawaii in 1973.
That is awesome.
I know. So see, it ties in 6 degrees. But yeah, the Lilo and Stitch thing, and I don't know if you guys have been following or not, but Graceland has been posting things this week. Have you seen the little video they did of Stitch riding around in his little pink car all around Graceland?
This in the fridge.
Yeah, he like they had like some video of him. He was like at the exhibits.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's so cute.
That is so cute.
But yeah, so I know probably a lot of you are going to go see the Lilo and Stitch movie. So
Yes.
or have you seen the original?
I mean,
but
maybe I will. I don't know.
I know.
I might.
I just think that's so cute, though.
That is cute.
Want to listen to the King? You look like an Elvis fan.
So cute.
That's totally you when you were little.
For real.
So basically, y'all, I'm just waiting on my little simple syrup to cool down, and then we're going to put it in my handy dandy, or Heather's handy dandy blender. We're going to blend it up, and then that's all you do. That's it. Then we're going to take out our loaf, the one I did earlier, and y'all just say a little prayer that it's frozen. I doubt it is, but we'll see. And I've got my little handy dandy ELVIS plates ready to go. So Heather can taste this. So we'll see. So see how easy that was?
Yeah.
So easy. Such an easy dessert. It's super quick. I drew it out because we've been talking and stuff, but you literally, I think I probably whipped this up and had it in the freezer within 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, it is super quick. So let's hope it's super delicious.
Yeah. So many of you are saying you've either seen Lilo and Stitch, you're going to see it. And did you know, I thought this was really interesting too, and I hadn't really thought about it, but the creators and the directors of the movie were saying that they were so excited when they got like the permission from Graceland and EPE to be able to use Elvis's like music and stuff in the movie, and that this was the first time Elvis's music would be featured in a film that he was not in.
Oh, wow. That's the first time?
That's what it says, yeah. And that makes sense, I guess, 2002. But yeah, first time his music was featured in a film that he was not in.
I mean, I'm going to go with the 1970 that, you know, Kurt Russell did. I mean, it featured his music, didn't it? And he wasn't in it.
Well,
Maybe like they meant it wasn't about him, maybe, or something.
well, but did Kurt Russell like sing the songs and stuff? I don't know.
I don't know. I think he
I don't
did.
know.
I think
Anyway.
Kurt Russell did.
Maybe. I thought that was interesting.
I mean, who knows? It probably was.
Yeah. Lilo and Stitch.
That's real cute.
cute.
I know. Other than that, I can't think of one thing going on. It's quiet time right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
In
I thought
Memphis.
there was something else. Oh my goodness. Are you all keeping up with Baz Luhrmann? Please keep up with Baz Luhrmann. If you are not,
Yes, I meant to
like-
say that. Yes.
yeah, if you are not following his Facebook and his Instagram and TikTok and all of that, do yourself a favor and go follow Baz Luhrmann. Because he always posts just random interesting things anyway,
Yeah.
all the time about like, even about like Austin Butler and the making of the Elvis movie or whatever.
Yeah.
But we all know that we're waiting on pins and needles for this documentary that Baz is coming out with, and it is now said it's going to be the end of the year. So we still got to wait. We still got to wait several months. But at the end of the year, he is coming out with this documentary that's going to feature all of this never before unseen footage of Elvis like at rehearsals and like the Elvis on tour, and that's the way it is. All this like concert footage and behind the scenes that exists that we've never seen. He's going to come out with a documentary. But leading up to that, he's been posting little teasers here and there.
I know.
And he came out with another one this week.
The images
Such
are just
a tease.
stunning. They're,
Oh,
it's so
my
interesting.
Goodness, I can't wait.
I know he's always like, my work day today, and it's like Elvis on the screen. I'm like, I've had it.
Yeah.
You know who else I bet is so excited? All the ETAs. Think of all the like new material they're gonna get, and like they're gonna be so excited.
I know. I mean, just when we think we've seen it all, we've heard it all, we know it all, Elvis, he keeps coming.
I'll tell you,
He keeps coming.
I'm telling you, I think in the next few years there's going to be a big resurgence because I'm telling y'all, it's sad, but a lot of people that were alive and teenagers when Elvis first came out, they were probably super collectors or attended multiple concerts. They're kind of dying off, and a lot of times the next generations of their family don't want anything to do with Elvis, and they just sell off, or they'll just open up, great grandma's garage, and there's all these pictures or videos or whatnot there. And I'm telling you, I think we're going to see a lot of stuff like that somebody's going to be like, oh my gosh, I found this, like, what do you call the, it's before VHS, like 8-track, not 8-track, but like the reels of film.
Oh, yeah.
Projector
like
reels or something.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, because, that happened with Marilyn Monroe and I want to say Frank Sinatra. Somebody literally, their like grandfather died or whatever, and they were going through their basement and they found an entire box of unreleased, unseen footage of Marilyn from like audition tapes. Back in the day, I mean, I'm sure they still do it, but like they would have the actor try on like different costumes from the movie, and it's like them modeling, like, and they'd say like, this is Marilyn in the so-and-so scene of this movie, and this is what she might wear. And it's literally like just little snippets of films of them like testing out their makeup, testing out their hairdo, testing out their clothes. And it's fascinating. So I know they found a bunch of stuff like that for Marilyn, and I want to say Frank. But they're going to find out of Elvis. It. So I'm excited for that too. That was just me getting off on a tangent, but.
Well, speaking of that, and I'm sure some of you heard about this as well, which I thought was really cool. That happened recently.
Oh, really?
Well, so, there was this whole story, and I'm sure a lot of you read it and saw it, but there was, I believe in New York, there was a Fox channel. And they were going to do a whole story on Elvis's 90th birthday. Like they were gonna like pay honor to that and do a story on it. And so when they had their like digital like editor guy going through footage, because they were like, hey, we need you to go back and pull us some like video footage and stuff of Elvis that we can, roll behind the story. And when he did, he discovered some footage that he was like, I don't think this has ever been seen or aired or known about. And he contacted Angie at Graceland, and Angie was like, holy cow, like, where did you find this? This has never been seen. This has never been.
And it was like, from their news crew?
It was in their archives. It was like in their like newsroom, like archives and stuff. But I don't think it was labeled like correctly, or it was like mislabeled or something. And I want to even say somebody said that like maybe they even spelled like Elvis wrong or something, and it wasn't cataloged right. But anyway, this guy just happened to stumble upon it and find it and watched it and was like, holy cow, I think this is like a gem, and contacted Angie and them. And what it was footage. There wasn't any sound. It was just video. But it was footage from 1956.
Whoa.
And it was when Elvis was doing the movie Love Me Tender, which was his first movie. And, at the end of the movie, they killed Elvis. Like Elvis died. And they said that they did like a pre-screening of the movie back in the day. And that fans were so outraged that they had killed Elvis that the movie guys were like, whoa, we got to do something. So that's when they went back and recorded that end scene with Elvis where he kind of comes back as like it's like the ghost or spirit, and he's like singing and stuff, so you could see him one last time. It's like, oh, Elvis, he's going to heaven. And they reshot that. This was the footage It was them reshooting or shooting this particular like
Interesting.
scene,
Yeah.
so they could have it for the movie. And then part of the footage also was like Elvis doing that scene, and then he was like hanging out a window signing some autographs for like
Aw.
fans that happened to be gathered there that day and stuff. And so now they've given that footage over to Angie and them, and it's in the archives now at Graceland. But I was like, who knows what else
I'm
exists
telling
out
you,
there
I'm telling y'all.
in people's attics and newsrooms
Newsrooms.
and so
All right.
cool.
Back to cooking, our final step. I've let this cool off a little bit. I put it in the fridge. It's still kind of hot, but you're just going to put it in a blender or food processor. I'm putting it in Heather's handy QVC Ninja because this little thing, y'all, it's fantastic.
I know. I love the QVC and products. You know, I should really, every time I get a QVC product, I should do like an unboxing and a thing
And
on
a
it.
review. I'm
And
not
a thing on
kidding.
it.
I'm not kidding because Lord knows you buy enough. All right, so I'm going to just blend this up. This is going to be good. See how quiet that is? All right, let me see if it looks blended. Pretty good. Let me give it another whirl. All right. And we're done. Now, for the piece de resistance, I'm going to get my loaf out and let's see how it goes. This is the one I did earlier, y'all. So, we'll check it out here. This is the little baby one I did earlier. Does it feel? I mean, it feels kind of frozen. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to try to take it out and see. Let's see if it peels off of this. Okay, this is not too bad. It's not too bad. The foil's coming off pretty decently. I guess you could just put this like in a little serving platter. Let me do that so you guys can see it and it'll be cute. Let me see. It might fit on my Elvis plate. Let me try that. My Elvis plate. Let me just I'll turn it over onto that. Oops. Talk amongst yourselves while I'm getting my display going.
Let's see here. I'll look at some questions and comments. And again, thank you all for joining us. Sorry we had the glitch earlier and it looks like the video is still glitchy.
Obviously it's too hot.
So,
okay, well here's the loaf with that, and now I'm gonna put the syrup on it. Here's my little loaf. Look how cute. Cute. And I'll just oh wait, because this drizzle is gonna be hot. So I'm gonna cut Heather a piece. I'm gonna cut her a piece with, look, my purple knife. Love it. All right, I'm gonna cut you a nice slice because I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna want some. All right. Oh yeah. So this is, you know, maybe not rock solid frozen, which I think is for the good, because you couldn't bite into it.
yeah, it'd be too cold.
Look how cute that looks. Let me put a little drizzle on it, or maybe the drizzle's, you know, to melt it. I don't know. Looking good, y'all.
Ooh, that's hot.
Can you see the steam coming off? Looking good. All right, Heather, would you like to taste test?
Okay.
And give us your honest opinion. See how it goes.
Okay.
It looks really good. You want to cut it with my knife?
Well, I mean, it's a little more frozen than I thought.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it's supposed to be like an ice cream?
I guess. It's just called cool strawberry cream. And yes, it just said to freeze it overnight, so I'm guessing it's supposed to be frozen.
Yeah, it's good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut myself off a piece here. See, now the inside, maybe it was just that outer corner, because like this looks kind of mushy.
Yeah, it's like a strawberry ice cream.
Okay. I'm using what I have. I'm gonna eat on top of my pulpit lid.
Thank you.
Because we're fancy around here. Oh, hold on.
Is this blackberries in it?
No, it's blueberry.
Wow, it tastes like blackberry.
Really? It's
Yeah.
blueberry and strawberry, it's the little topping.
It literally tastes like blackberry.
That's weird.
It
Okay.
literally tastes like blackberry.
All right,
Maybe if you blend strawberries and blueberries together, they taste like blackberries. So,
I love it.
so do you freeze it and keep it in the freezer?
Like, that's what it said. Is like you freeze it overnight, and then when you're going to take it out, it says like,
Is it supposed to get to room temperature? Is it supposed
well,
to
it says
stay
take it out
cold?
15 minutes before you're going to serve it.
Okay.
So I guess it would be like rock solid after being in there overnight. And then, yeah, I guess you let it thaw for 15 minutes. You slice it up, like I said, almost like a little pound cake loaf.
Yeah.
And then you drizzle this over it.
Yeah. It's like an ice cream meets a mousse meets a pudding
Meets a Cool Whip.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. And I could see where you could really make this with any fruit that you love.
Yeah, that's true.
Like this would be great with pineapples.
It would.
It'd be great with blackberries. Like in place of the strawberries. Yeah, it'd be great with blackberries, with pineapple. Mango even would be interesting. Kiwi would be interesting. But yeah.
I like it because it's kind of
Yeah. And what I would do for this, like what I would do for this, maybe like tomorrow or something especially, is take blueberries and put them on top. So it's really like red, white, and blue.
That'd be super cute
Or
for
you could
Memorial
even
Day.
like make, like a little mini flag on top. You know how a lot of people make that dessert
That's
that
so
has
cute.
like
Yes, with the strawberries and
they
the
do the strawberries and the blueberries to make it look like an American flag.
Y'all, this is good. This is really good. And it does remind me of the 60s because I feel like anytime I eat Jell-O or Cool Whip desserts, I feel like it's 1965.
Oh, Norma says, Holly, you forgot to give us a little taste.
Here, hold on. Let me just
Because you usually go, here's your bite.
Okay. I'm gonna cut you off for a good one. And then look, extra sauce for you guys. Let me put a little drizzle on here. Boop. Here's your bite. Yummy, yummy. This is a good bite with extra sauce. That topping would be great on a banana split.
Yes. Doesn't it taste like blackberry though?
It does.
Doesn't it?
It does.
It even looks like blackberry. Like it always makes it makes me think of like if you've ever had blackberry jam.
Have I lost my mind? Hold on. I'm gonna have to go look at my container that I just
blackberry
blackberry
jam or jelly?
No, my container says blueberry.
No, it was definitely blueberries. I saw.
Don't make me think I've lost my mind. Oh, yeah, this is good. I'm gonna eat my whole piece.
All right. Let's see. I was gonna see some more of your comments and questions because again, thank you all. We appreciate it so much. You indulging us.
I know. Let me recap because this is so simple. It's called Cool Strawberry Cream. It is from the early 1960s. All you're gonna need is 2 blocks of cream cheese, half cup sour cream, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You're gonna blend that up. You're gonna smash you 3 cups of strawberries. You're going to take a whole cup of Cool Whip and fold that in, place it in an aluminum foil lined loaf pan and freeze it overnight. That's it. So simple. And then for your topping, it said to use blueberries, which is what I did. But I feel like you could use any fruit you wanted. 12 ounces of a fruit, 1/4 of a cup of water, and 1/3 a cup of sugar. Boil it for 3 minutes, let it cool off, and puree it.
Yeah.
So simple. I even think Heather could have done this. I should have this should have been the recipe. This should have been the recipe I let Heather do. Although I'm nervous about you with a hand mixer.
Maybe.
I mean, but maybe we can try it.
Yeah.
Maybe on our next episode, guys.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I already have a great recipe that I found from the 1960s that maybe around either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Is it not? Please tell me it's not dessert though.
It is.
I feel like I was thinking about it today.
I love dessert.
I know, but what Holly was telling me about us doing the show today, and she was telling me what we were going to make. I was thinking to myself, I was like, next time we have to do savory.
Okay, well here's
something
what I'm
else
saying.
because I was like, out of all of our Are You Hungry Tonight, I feel like we've done 85%
No.
sweet and desserts.
No.
But we love sweet and dessert, and a lot of you do. I'm sure.
I went back and looked. The first probably 5 or 6 are all savory.
Okay.
And then we got on our dessert kick. I promise y'all, the next one I do, we're going to do like an entree or a side dish.
Yeah.
But I thought
We
about it
also love
today,
appetizers.
and I was like, what am I going to do? Like hot dogs or hamburgers? That's
No.
not fun.
No.
And that's what makes me think of Memorial Day. So
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna do a cool dessert from the '60s. Maybe I'll next time we're gonna get back to basics. I'm gonna look through my Elvis Presley cookbooks and I'm gonna get a recipe that's savory from that, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah. And you know, today again we are celebrating and honoring Memorial Day, and we kind of also did it tying it into Elvis because you know Elvis served in the Army
and was very patriotic.
And you know that also got me to thinking, which I'm sure it does you all as well. But you know, we all know like Elvis went into the Army in 1958. He got drafted in 57, went into the Army in 1958. He served 2 years, got out in 1960. But when you think about Elvis's life and his career, I really don't think there's any two more pivotal years in his life than those.
So true.
Because number one, think about it. It's crazy anyway that somebody of Elvis Presley's celebrity fame, iconic stature got drafted. True. And then went to the Army.
That's the
and
thing.
served.
He went.
Yeah, that he went and honorably served for 2 years at the height of his fame. I mean, this is right when he was like the height of his fame.
Yeah.
And so the fact that that even happened and he got drafted and he went to the Army, amazing. But think about all the very important pivotal things that happened during those 2 years. And think about, I don't know, I went on this whole like rabbit hole this morning in the shower. Think about all the what ifs in those 2 years. So what if Elvis had never gone into the Army? Where would his career be? Like, what would he have done during those 2 years career-wise? You know, what would have been different as far as his music, as far as the songs he recorded, as far as the whole getting into the movies? Okay. What if Elvis hadn't gone to the Army? Would Gladys have lived? Would Gladys have lived longer? Because we all know that, you know, a big thing that, you know, contributed to the unfortunate, untimely passing of Gladys was when Elvis went into the Army. She literally worried herself sick. Like she was so worried about him and what was going to happen. And, you know, he lost his mom and we all know that Elvis never was the same. Never was the same once he lost Gladys. And so, you know, would she have lived longer? You know, how would Elvis have been different had Gladys lived? Had she even lived another 5 years, 10 years after that, how would he have been different? Also, Elvis met Priscilla during those Army years in Germany. So how would life have been different had Elvis never met Priscilla? There would have never been a Lisa Marie. Like, would he have married somebody else? Would he have gotten married, period? Would he have had, you know, another kid or whatever? Like, there's so many what ifs during that 2 year period to just sit and think about.
It's like the universe pushed him towards it.
It's like, it was such a, like, just a crazy time. But yeah, so I don't know. I just got to thinking about all that because I was like, you know, when you think about like Elvis's whole lifespan and his career, those particular 2 years just really pivotal and impactful and really shaped his everything. Shaped his life, shaped his career, shaped his mental, his health, everything.
Yeah.
Like those 2 years really played a major significant role in Elvis Presley.
Because isn't that also when he started on the uppers and downers, like to keep them awake?
That's what I've heard.
Stuff?
Yeah, I've heard that when he got into the Army, that the guys, you know, were given, they were all taking the things, you know, to stay awake, to like stay on watch when they had to stay on watch, you know, and stuff. And so, to like, you know, taking the uppers and the downers.
So you could you could really take this 2 ways. You could say that was almost the detriment, because a lot of people, you know, if you blame that for his prescription drug use, a lot of people that don't like Priscilla, you blame that. Gladys dying young, a horrible incident. So, you know, I don't know. But then if you look at the bright side, he served his country. It may have made his career even better. We don't know. Maybe all that made him more lovable and likable, and, you know, it was a great trajectory for his career. If you love Priscilla and you love Lisa Marie, I mean, thank goodness for Germany, because that's where it all started. So I don't know. There are 2 sides to this coin, y'all.
But isn't it interesting to like literally think about those 2 years?
That's so weird.
About how pivotal they were.
That is.
So I don't know. I just started thinking about all that today. Anyway, I think about that all the time.
We cannot end it on a bad note.
No. Well, I was going to look at some quick questions and comments, and then so many of you in the comments have been asking, please tell us anything about the goodie bags.
All right.
So we'll talk about it.
Let's talk about it because I'll get your all's opinion on a few things. So, in the past, we always do our Everything Elvis goodie bag and we do our Graceland goodie bag. The Everything Elvis goodie bag has our t-shirt we design and different things in it. And then the Graceland bag usually has, we just go and pick y'all up the Graceland t-shirt that they put out for Elvis Week. We just buy it for you guys. But we got to thinking about it this year and I said, there's a lot of people that just go ahead and buy as soon as it comes out online, or they're already down there at Elvis Week, they buy a t-shirt. So we thought maybe this year we'll offer you all a choice. So this year we're going to have our Everything Elvis bag that's going to have our signature t-shirt that's shaping up, y'all. It's mighty cute. It is themed around That's the Way It Is.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Graceland bag, we're going to give you a choice this year of either the Graceland t-shirt,
Like
or
Elvis Week t-shirt.
the Elvis Week t-shirt that's provided from Graceland, or a really nice tote bag with a really fun Elvis saying that we don't think we've seen around. It's a saying that we've seen a lot, but we've tweaked it to center around Elvis. So y'all let us know what you think. Do you like having a choice? And we took your advice. A lot of people, the tumblers, they're so great in one way and not great in another. The tumblers are great because for a collectible, if you can't get to Graceland during Elvis Week, because they only sell them there. They never sell them online. They're only available for that 1 year. And they're great when you go to Memphis to get it, and you get your free refills all week. But a lot of people also, they are plastic. You can't machine wash, put them in the washing. What am I saying? The washing machine, the dishwasher. So we're thinking about giving you a choice on that as well, to do a tumbler or the Elvis Week mug. What do you guys think about it? Do you like having choices? Because we're thinking about doing choices for each of the goodie bags. And we're coming up with we've got 2 great candles this year. Last year we had the Essence of Elvis, which it is still available. If you're trying to buy it right now, you can't because our website is down because we're revamping. We're doing an all new website, guys, just for you all.
Yeah.
And so we've got 2 different kinds of candles. They're both Elvis related, both Elvis themed. They both have something to do with That's the Way It Is special. So that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our bracelet. All I'll tell you is this year it's white. Last year we started with black. We're continuing on to the 50th anniversary. This year's color theme is white. The charms are amazing. I'm not going to tell you yet. You'll just have to wait and see, but they're super cute. Last year we had all the charms that related to Elvis. This year they're going to relate to something that Elvis, and it's a cool thing because it's a bracelet that you can wear anytime, but only a true Elvis fan will know, like, oh, that's Elvis related. It doesn't scream like, this is my Elvis bracelet. It's like, only a fellow Elvis fan will know and compliment you on it. And then we're coming up with some other great stuff. We're going to do another goodie bag, sort of. It's not really a goodie bag. It's going to be like a year-round event that we're going to theme for the seasons and stuff, but we're working on that as well. So it's all top secret right now.
Yes.
So have I left anything out?
I don't think so. So a lot coming and a lot of changes for us. I know a lot of you are commenting that you loved our new profile pic. Thank you for that. Holly put that together. And then, yes, a lot of you are asking about our website, that you've been trying to go to it, and it is down. We're completely redoing our website as well.
And I'm not tech savvy, so it's going to take me a minute.
Yeah, it takes a minute. Plus, literally, we've been trying to redo it and just sifting through our pictures and videos and trying to decide what to put on and all that stuff is taking a while. But yes, the website is coming as well, so stay tuned for that. And then a lot of you are just asking in general about like the goodie bags, like when, all that. Just tune in every Sunday with us. Again, we're trying to still finalize designs and items and things for you guys. And so I would say, hopefully, maybe within the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe we will have the stuff ready to reveal for you to see, and then probably start the whole pre-order process at the beginning of July, kind of like we did last year. And it's going to be good, y'all. Yeah, I didn't think we could top last year, but I think we've done it. I'm super excited about the things we've come up with and the ideas and the designs and everything. And so, yes, that is coming. We're going to have to put like a cap and a limit on them. So that's why we're going to do the pre-order thing before Elvis week. Plus, Holly and I got to get all our ducks in a row before Elvis
Before we
week.
get there.
Yeah, so that we literally have our list of what all we got to get and all that kind of stuff. But yes, thank you all for asking. We're so thrilled that you all love the goodie. I think we need to change it to goodie boxes.
Really?
Instead of bags. Yeah, because they are now in a box. They started out bag, now they're a box. So the goodie boxes, thank you for all of the comments and the questions and asking. We love that you are excited about them. So many of you were like, I'm dying to know what's in them. I'm dying to know the designs. So that really means a lot to Holly and I. We can't thank you enough for sharing in our excitement and our passion. And yes, we are working very hard, very, very hard on these. So we're excited to reveal them. We hope that you'll be as excited about them when they are revealed.
Yes.
I see so many of you saying, yes, choices, love it, love it. So
all right,
looks like that's going to be the way to go.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Besties.
Yeah.
Thanks for your input.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, have a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. And we will see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.